I am a gold-digging, manipulative, evil, who has no real talent, who has sucked it way to the top, and is a overhyped, below average looking girl with clout.
Yo, what's good, yo? It's your boy Lem. I said your boy Lem. We're back with a new video today. In today's video, this is something that most people never see coming. All right, this is a video that's like very unprecedented. We're talking about Brittney Renner exposing herself and her own nature of her past behavior. So without further ado, man, let's start the show.
That's 100.
Hoping to start from the beginning. How did this reputation come about? And do you feel like it is deserved? I do feel that it's deserved because what I've come to understand is that I have misrepresented myself for a very long time.
So were you the side chick that calls in the middle of the night?
I'd just say that's the first sign of accountability. I mean, it's something. It's not a lot, but it's a great start.
So she can roll over and see the phone? Or were you the side chick that knew you was going to link up at 2 o'clock, so you just had to wait?
I was a side chick that when Gene would call him, I would go in the other room and be quiet.
Yeah, you did.
That's the worst kind, too.
That's the MVP. I think you said something about kissing him.
Yeah, sometimes I would like kiss him and try to distract him so he would get off the phone. And then other times I would just go in the other room and be quiet or watch TV.
So when you wanted him, was that insecurity in yourself, or did you just want him and that was it? Like, have you broken down the psychological behind being a confident side chick?
I mean, I think anytime you're a side chick, there's something that you have to address that's going on internally. So for me, I just didn't feel good enough for first. So I just didn't really, I'm like, it's not, that's not my problem. That's not my man, and I want him. So I don't really care what it takes and what it makes me look like. At the time, I didn't realize how much it really reflected on how empty I was and how low I felt.
Wow, she's admitting accountability there. That's something I would never see today. And the fact that she's doing that, it makes you believe that, I guess, people can change, even though no matter how much they have sunken into the darker place, they still have that little ounces of light in them that you can pull out. Once you pull that out, you can pull them away from the deepest, darkest depths of their delusion. And here they are, coming to the light with learning how to handle accountability. And that's a good thing. Let's continue.
About myself, even though by per society standards, I was someone who, low body count. No, I had not talked to any famous guy, never been around. I had a big following. An ideal situation, right? Starting out in Hollywood, already labeled a whore, a liar, a gold digger. So when I think about how my origin story began, like my villain origin story, it was that. It's like, I haven't even done anything and I'm already misunderstood. So I think as time progressed, I really just tried to fake it till I could make it. I am a gold-digging, manipulative, evil, who has no real talent, who has sucked it way to the top, and is a overhyped, below average looking girl with clout, who is only relevant because of her ass.
Yep.
Well, damn.
You can't turn a
to a housewife.
The world you live in, the world you exist in, is pretty much foreign to most.
Well, I'd say it like this. Congratulations, by the way. I mean, I give her a round of applause for that, for being honest, for exposing herself, for calling her old nature, you know, that what she did in the past, all these promiscuous things that she did in the past, finessing men, taking away money from them as child support, and sharing delusional behavior to these women around this society so that they can become like her. But shout out to her for bringing herself out, for calling her old self out, and telling the true nature, admitting to her own fault. That's accountability 101 right there.
People who have something to say about it.
Right.
Where are these? What do you think people get that
The
point of view? I mean, because you said the first thing is that you are a manipulative gold digger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whose gold have you done?
My favorite basketball team is whatever NBA player I'm fucking.
Whoever has money, that's her favorite basketball team.
I love watching basketball. It's just way more interesting when there's someone on the team like that I'm linked to, but I don't really have a favorite one, just players.
And from what I understand,
Oh, when she said I love watching basketball, translation, she likes getting dribbled by different men of the team in the basketball roster.
book, you told stories, you use different names, but all these people are celebrities and musicians and entertainers.
Okay.
Gold digging. Has any one of these men said you gold digging?
No. 11 athletes. Woo! 5 entertainers. Woo! 8
That's her old self.
regular guys. Woo! I've only 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous. There's no supporting evidence. I think it's just public speculation. I like to call them fan theories. Very interesting. I don't make permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. I know change is constant, and I can think myself out of it.
What are some things you tell yourself to get through hard times? How do you push through? Okay. I think this must have been her delusional self, her old self, before she starts to drink the accountability juice.
Any situation, if I have imagination. The villain came about was I was a small town girl from Mississippi. Like, to even be in certain rooms with people where it was unheard of. I never thought these guys would even know I existed. So I felt like there was still that like starry-eyed element where I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I had been like thrown into Disney World, so to speak, right? Like the world is at your fingertips, and again, all of these high-value men are now.
See, real quick, most women today in the society are living in this Disney delusional fantasy crap that they called reality, my truth. And here they are when they get hit by this, the objective truth, or the objective reality. They throw in this self-defense technique that deflects, gaslights you, and throw in some delusional ad hominem insult sign language at you just to get back at you. That's the problem with these women today. They've been so indoctrinated with this fantasy. They're out of touch with this objective reality. And one must say, that type of behavior, I think it's rooted from parents too. And I'd say, like, a lot of times, single moms teaches their daughter, hey, these men are no good. These men are trash. You don't need a man. You could be an independent boss babe chick. But at the same time, you can also get a man while you're being a boss babe chick. and call out these men who are like who has a different agenda, who doesn't date boss babe chick, call them insecure, call them they call them out because they're intimidated, they're insecure, and all this other wrong assumption crap that they don't even know. They just assume that from their mind and throw it at men as a sign language. That's the term of sign language they do. Or your pee-pee's too small. How do you know my pee-pee's too small? You haven't even seen it yet. Oh, your mama's scared. How did you know? You haven't even met my mom. You don't even know my mom's name yet. And all this type of crap. You know, when you hit them with like objective reality. Because that's what happens today. This modern woman today living in Disney fantasy. But thank God for the Red Bull community, you know, fresh and fit. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to my guy. Who else? Fresh and fit. You know, Sneeko over here. All types of other Red Pill community. Shout out to these guys. Araco MGTOW. You know, shout out to them. Just Pearly Things to her. You know, I thank them for going against the grain of the delusion and sharing the gospel of truth. Let's watch some more of these.
I'm seeking you.
Let's skip all the way today.
Okay.
If you could do it all over again, would you choose it?
I see nothing about me, the way I am, the way I think. I shame.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow.
Being honest, I feel.
Well, we're going to get honest either way.
That's
I
powerful.
would say
I
that
have to rewind that again.
there's a lot of
Let me
privilege
play
that
again
comes
real
with
quick.
this.
What'd you say?
Tips, and again, all of these high value men are now seeking you.
Let's skip all the way today.
Okay.
If you could do it all over again, would you choose it?
I wanna repeat
I
that
see
again. Here we go.
nothing about me, the way I am, the way I think. As shameful. Absolutely.
Powerful. How Brittney exposed himself, how Brittney is taking accountability and responsibility on his previous promiscuous actions. And that's something I would never see coming, to be honest with you. Most women today in the society would be, oh, I am the table. I can do whatever I want. I am a woman. And all this type of crap that they would do just to please a man, or in reality, they don't really please a man. They're just asserting a man's traits. So basically, they're being a man, like the man. So it's like they want a man to date them as their masculine traits. So it's just like you're dating yourself. But shameful. What she said, shameful. She has nothing to contribute. That's wow, very, very, very powerful to say that. Not a lot of women that are like sunken in a dark place, i.e., delusional, are not capable of swimming back into the light and admitting their own foolishness. But you never know. There are some women out here that would take accountability. Not a lot, though. See, accountability is the primary kryptonite of these modern women today. It's their weakness. Like, oh, accountability. Oh, accountability. I don't like it. I don't like accountability. That hurts. Yeah, it hurts because it's reality. Accountability ties in reality. Reality ties in accountability. Let's continue.
Being honest, I feel.
Well, we're going to get honest either way.
I would say that there's a lot of privilege that comes with this. You get to skip the line, and once you reach a certain level of status, really the world is your oyster. As far as like I've gotten acting roles simply just off my Instagram. Really been able to.
Again, another thing. That's the power of women. Women are born with their value. That's why a lot of women today, once they turn legal age, they get shipped out to, you know, once they become a legal age or on legal age, they post you know, their hindquarters on Instagram or their front mammary glands on Instagram. A lot of these high value men would look at that, and when they look at that, a lot of these high value men, rappers, CEO, businessmen, they look at that, and guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna message that girl, the girl who's a nobody, and will tell the girl, "Hey, we are having an executive party in our yacht. Would you like to come in? Would you like? We're inviting you into our yacht party. All you gotta do is look good, be sexy, look good, and we're gonna fly you out for free. We're gonna accommodate your hotel for a few days. All you gotta do is just look good." Yes. Are you of age? Yes, I am of yes. If you're of age, we'll fly you out. We'll fly you out in the next few days. Be ready, get your clothes ready, and all of that type of stuff. We are inviting you to our party. Not just boat party, but also the other parties that are like VIP. But you know, most of them boat party, Miami, for example. You know, but a man who's of age, let's say 18, a man who's 18 has no value. No matter how many handsome pics that you put on Instagram, no matter how many 6-pack, 8-pack abs you put on Instagram, you look good, you got a nice haircut, fade, and you know, facial cleansing, take care of yourself pretty well. Ain't no man's gonna call you and, "Hey bro, you look good, you got your abs on Instagram, man, it looks good, man. You know what? We're gonna fly to Hawaii, bro. We're gonna fly to Miami on a boat party." They don't do that. They only do that to women. See, that's the power of women today. Women has all the benefits and all the traits, all the good things that comes from them as soon as they turn legal age. As Myron explained in Fresh and Fit, the candy store analogy. As soon as she turned 18, she can go into the candy shop and she can choose whatever candy that she wants, and she can reject all the candies that she don't like. A man, however, gotta be 35, at least 30 years old, gotta be at least 5 years in the gym, gotta be at least making 100, 150K a year just to get inside the candy shop. As soon as they get inside the candy shop, most of the good candies are gone. And all they can pick of is the candies that are like undesirable. But then they'll still pick that anyway because that's what's left. And they'll pick it anyway because, hey, and women are over here, "Why are you picking that ugly candy? Why are you picking that bad candy?" Because I have every right to pick whatever candy I want. I work hard and I grind years just to get my value, just so I can be attracted to these women today. So you don't have a right to tell me what to do. I'm a high value man now. It's modern day today. Now let's continue.
Do different speaking engagements. I've been able to just like not have actually have to clock in since 2013. So I would say yes, because I don't really take direction that well. I feel like there you go. I'm self-aware. And I feel like in this position I've gotten to make more money than I would have made being a special needs caregiver. There's a privilege that we have to acknowledge for women. Well, it's easier in some areas.
Well, I mean, okay. So while you do get to skip the line, all this other kind of stuff, you also get labeled for doing things that would only make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you relish the label or do you resent the label?
I think you have to take the good and the bad. Yeah. So you can't be like, "I love skipping the line," but I hate when people call me out. It's like, who cares?
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand, because there's one article that's a one-off, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can kind of recover from one article, in my opinion anyway. But there was more that happened in between.
Yeah.
What happened next?
Do you think women look at your body or look at you on Instagram and judge you or hate you in any type of way for that?
Damn.
I'm sure they do.
But you don't care.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do you get your confidence from? Because you're extremely confident. Like you did a video talking about sucking dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's an art.
yeah, but women aren't that blunt online, just in public about that. Where do you get that confidence from?
I feel like over the past few years, I've gotten really comfortable just within the woman I am and who I want to be. So I do enjoy sucking. I like to talk about it. I wanted to do, the whole...
The Jill Scott. The Jill Scott. That's classic.
Yo.
No, I was going to say, do you feel like you've been self-conscious for so long where you get to a point where it's like
Real quick, you can't make this up. She said it herself. You heard it from the horse mouth. She likes... she likes popsicles. You can't make this up, man.
like a lash out where I feel like you're comfortable in your skin and what you do and what you like to do, but to put out on social media like that, do you feel like that's where it comes from? Like for so long I felt ashamed about something, now I just want to put it out there?
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been learning, is in polarity. So like I was saying the other day, it's like I have learned to be strong from being weak for a long time. So it's like being degraded and feeling shame for just being and enjoying things that are very natural. I just kind of found myself like owning it. So I'm just not, I'm not afraid of, I don't know really what people want, like what they think and what they want me to be, I guess. Just not here to do all that.
Okay, so it was just like you were linked with rapper, entertainer.
A lot of my shit was public, and I feel like that's where a lot of people are like, she's a whore, but it's like there's articles where someone took a picture of me at the movie theater with a guy. That's out of my control because I'm so vocal, and just because it's like, it's hot under these lights, So it's like I think dating has probably been the hardest thing for me. A lot of my friends, we just don't have the same problems, it seems like. You almost have to keep it going, because if I'm Brittney Renner and I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and let's say I fall off and now I'm working at Target, it's not that that's a failure, but there would be ridicule that comes behind that. There was one time where I thought I was, being Billy Badass, and I guys in a week.
Oh, Jesus.
Had a mean yeast infection. That's not funny. But it wasn't funny, but looking back at it, I could laugh now. My goal would be to utilize my youth, my beauty, this position, to create opportunities in the now for the long term. So podcasting, hair company, skincare.
Brittney bought me a Chanel purse.
Are you serious?
She's a sugar mama.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. She bought me for my birthday. Oh my God. This was funny.
You know what? Real quick, I'll just say it like this. What she said right there was true, because short-term goals create slow problems. Long-term goals create long-term benefits. Longer-term benefits. And that's why a lot of these women on OnlyFans, strippers, prostitutes that makes quick buck out of selling their meat in person or online for $2.99 a month, OnlyFans. Yeah, sure, you can make a lot of money out of it, but is it worth the money at the cost of your dignity and your, in your femininity? It's not worth it in the long run. Sure, you can make some money, but fast money comes with slow problems. What happens when you get older? What happens when you get older? When you hit the wall, you can't do OnlyFans anymore. Like Kevin Samuel said, when OnlyFans is gone, Subway is hiring. He got a pen and a paper or the application to fill out the form. Let's continue.
I just didn't want her to be impressed by what any man could do for her. And she obviously could do that herself, but for me, I just felt like it was more of a sentiment, like, you don't need a guy to get stuff like this.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think my biggest end goal is one of my bigger end goals is to have my own podcast. Because when I was pregnant, I used to watch your lives. You would pose so many questions that I did not have the answer to. I'm 29. And when I would listen to you, and people would get triggered, but I'm like, when you really sit down and you take away tone, you take away whatever people think about you, it's actually very helpful if you're willing to listen. But a lot of people don't listen.
So, do you relish being the rebel?
I love it here.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 60, what do you want your life to look like?
Grandkids.
That's a great question.
Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But, me and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward. Okay?
I've had to ask myself, like,
Being
what
delusional?
what am I willing to pay to be in my truth and to be the rebel? I think right now, there is kind of like a burning at the stake. Like, it is, that's how I feel. I feel like because I tell my truth, I speak how I feel, that I have been crucified. I'm a very easy target.
Yes.
Are you into the idea that, like, you can't just first and then start dating? Like, do you hold off?
And I agree when she said people crucified her and makes her an easy target. Yes, because of your promiscuous past, because of what you did in the past, your this ghetto hood booger behavior that you did, that you exhibited in the past, it makes you a target. Most men will see you as, oh, okay, that's the type of woman that we should avoid. That's the type of woman that we should not be dating. That's the type of woman that we should not be hanging around with, even as friends, or even as not even as a recreational purpose. Let's get away from that. Let's not touch that ticking time bomb, because if you do, you will explode in that bomb. It'll hurt yourself mentally and financially. I'm not talking about literal bomb. I'm talking about a succubus bomb. She will drain your money. She will drain your assets, your resources. For what? For her horse meat that she gives away to these high value guys. No, it's not worth it. And she did say that. And I give her applaud for exposing herself for that. Let's continue.
If you want to be serious with someone, or do you want to?
I'm having sex.
All right, cool. I'm glad you're not like old school or anything.
No, I feel like that mentality, like, oh, if I just hold out, he'll really see my value. No, he won't. To me, family is everything. I was raised with my grandparents, so for me, they did the best they could with the awareness they had. But my mom and dad, they never married, and my mom isn't married now. My dad.
Well, what about following your grandparents' footsteps, not the parents that you had who was never married? Lead from a good example, not from the bad ones. Continue.
Dream to have that in-household unit, and I just feel like, due to recent events, now it's like, yeah, it is stepdaddy season, and that wasn't my choice, even though it was my choice. There were things that transpired where I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna have to choose me. But yeah, I want a family, but it.
One more quick. Never be a stepdaddy for somebody else's child that it's not yours. In other words, don't play somebody else's game. Don't play somebody else's safe game. Play your own game from your own start.
It is going to take, honestly, at this point, I don't know who would want to sign up to be with me, and that's just being all the way transparent. I don't know.
Do you see any similarities in you and your mother?
No. And I think too, when you hate something, it is natural that you become it. So I think you have to like, again, like dissolve, and then it just kind of becomes one thing and you're more balanced. So no, my mom and I were both very silly and like outgoing and crazy. But as far as being a parent, I couldn't see how I could be like either one of them.
Experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really.
Her
So if
old
y'all really
self.
want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just athlete. They're really dumb.
But that's not what everyone else sees. That's not for me to sit here and try to convince people that, like, what it was. But I think just living out loud, like you said, it comes at a cost.
What is this? If you knew the half, I miss my son. I can't see my son. Just want to see my son. Damn. That's just the sad reality of marrying these 304s, these promiscuous women today. And that's why I tell men that you do not want to marry women date, or associate with these women from the ghetto, from the hood, or a woman with the hood booger mentality, these monkey brain mentality that they called slave bitches, independent boss babe bitches mentality. Those are the type of women you avoid. You go out your city, you go out your neighborhood, you date somebody who's not ghetto, at least. Find somebody who's feminine, beautiful, submissive, not these monkey brain 304s that lives in your hood. And when you wife these 304s in your hood, guess what they'll do? They'll manipulate that, and they'll manipulate that and use that baby against you as a leverage. Take the baby away from you through the court system. When they do that to you, you cannot see your baby, or you only have a limited, finite days or selected days where you can see your baby. That's like once, twice a week, and that's it. Not even 24/7. And women will take away that from you, because we got to understand, in this society, these court, especially here in California, the court system only panders to women today. If a man goes to court and a woman goes to court, 9 times out of 10, the man would lose that case when it comes to claiming the baby or putting a baby as in your jurisdiction. It doesn't work mostly for men, not unless if the woman had done something really messed up, like she's on drugs, or she's an abusive mom, she doesn't know, she's neglectful. Then yes, you have a chance to take that baby from that woman. But 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen that way. You're gonna lose, because like I said, the court system in California only panders to women, only goes to women's favor. It's rare that Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. It's rare that Johnny Depp won against Amber Heard. It's a very rare case. It's a rare W, but it doesn't happen all the time. And that's the scary thing about these baby mama in the hood today. They take away the baby from their dad, and the dad would be deprived of their daughter or their son, their baby. And then when their kids grow up with a single mom, they'll already have this manifestation of their dad based on their mom's perspective. Oh, the dad is trash, the dad is bad. But then in reality, you haven't even seen or heard from the dad's side as much as from the mom's side. This is why mom will only tell you this side, but will never tell you this side. They will put their kids in a Hollywood phase mentality. Oh, the dad is bad, he's trash, he never comes around. Why? Of course he can't come around, because you women out there, you caused that for him to not come around the child. You put a restraining order on him. That's why he can't come around the child. And here you are, oh, your dad was never around, he's a deadbeat. You're using that deadbeat statement just to poison your kids, your baby, and turn against your dad. where here you are, you haven't even told them the truth. Oh, I put a restraining order against your dad. Then when you talk to your dad, 18 years later, did you know that your mom put a restraining order on me? That's why I couldn't see you. Did you know that your mom weren't really telling the truth about what I did for you? Yeah, I've been sending you money for the past 18 years while restraining order is between us because she filed a restraining order against me. Did she not tell you that? Exactly. That's what happens today with the modern women today. That's why I don't date anymore. Not in this country at least. I have a passport. I'm so glad to have a passport so I can date outside of this country. Explore my options with different women out there in the different countries. Let's continue.
Whether you're talking about your experiences in a book, whether your relationship is public, there is a cost. My light is so bright.
She's had snagged so many victims in her horse meat.
Right? That it causes all of the roaches to scatter in places they thought they could hide. It's just me being me. It just causes such an uproar. Like, loving yourself is such a rebellious act these days, you know? But I'm here to tell you, I am so not sorry.
Her old self. And there you have it, guys. You heard it from the horse mouth. Brittney Renner, the one and only. That was a lot to unpack for me today. And one must say that millions of people that knows her, don't see this coming. Comparison of her old nature and her new nature of her confessing about her past is very unfounding and surprisingly unpredictable. And the fact that she would confess herself of her own sin, of her own past, promiscuous past, it's somewhat very redeeming of herself. She's trying to redeem herself. There's still always a chance for people, man. That everybody has a second chance. But see, the thing is, if you have a second chance, it may not be the same thing as you were before you dove into all of this foolery and stupidity that you did back in the past. But you'd still gain people's trust now, and you might get your reputation back, but it wouldn't be the same. And shout out to her, man. I got a lot of respect for her for doing that, for exposing herself, for saying things that, hey, look, I was a gold-digging, manipulative bee, and I like feeding them popsicles back then just to work my way up on my fame, and realizing that fame can cause, realizing that the fame can cause slow problems. See, fast money, quick reward causes slow problems. And that's what happens when you have short-term rewards. Yes, you can have this, you can have it quick, you can have it this, you can have it that, but then that comes along with the problem that you will encounter at the end. There's a saying in my country, where I'm from, there's a saying, regret is always at the end. But anyway, guys, leave a like and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making these fantastic content every week. And, leave your comment down in the description box down below. You with me, against me, agree or disagree, show me what you got, and holla at your boy at reactionr@gmail.com. All right, send me an email so we can have a wonderful discussion. And I'm gonna see you on the next episode, YouTube. Peace out and have a good day.